All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Boxing Day. Welcome to the day after Christmas for those who celebrate. Good morning, Brett's Builds. How are you? Gonna jump right into it. I've been working on the Ghost. So we've got the Ghost here. We've got some different music. We got a new chat thing since last week. So hopefully that'll keep working. Everything will keep working as is. Today we'll be getting through the rest of the Ghost. We only have like 6 bags, but I've got nothing else to do today. So this may be a little longer stream, but we'll get the Ghost done. How's that? And my dog's whining over here. If you hear noises, it's my dog whining or the floor vacuum in the background. Hopefully that won't get picked up. So, good morning, Vab. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I hope you had good times with your families. If they're still in town or if you're still wherever they are, I hope everything's going well. I hope you had a very merry holiday. We are on bag 6 of, I think, 13. So I'm just going to get through the rest of the thing today. And then Thursday night, I'll get back into regular like design stream stuff. But I wanted to get this done because I've got nothing else to do because Beth is back at work, and I've got this whole week off. So aside from this, there will be a lot of yard work, getting the yard ready for our Tolkien party. There will be a lot of Lego sorting. I've got buckets and buckets and totes and whatever to get put away. I'd also like to order all my machine. See, this is the thing. I don't like that one. So I'm trying it's a non-copyright music for Twitch streamers on Spotify. The problem is it's all hip hop. So I don't think I'm going to do this because Pretzel hasn't updated its stations in forever, and I don't know. So anyway, how was everybody's holiday? I hope it was good. I hope you had a good time. I'm going to try. We did, let's see, since Sunday, since we'd had the things with the kids on Friday, royalty-free music streaming. I'd probably just go back to sound stream tunes. Lo-fi. Can I just listen now? Hip hop, lo-fi. I just want lo-fi. How many songs? It's enough for me. 6 hours. Good, perfect. Okay. Baby, stop whining. There's nothing going on. Stop whining. Okay, so too much driving, otherwise it was all right. Fair enough. Let's get back to the instructions. What's up, Mariana's Bricks? Good afternoon, Walter. How are you? I hope you had a good holiday. And are having some good time off with your fam. So we've got 2 of these here. We're going to keep working on this Ghost. So yeah, we did the family thing with the kids and the ladies, and then they went to visit more family in El Paso, and it seems off. It is okay. It's supposed to be like that. And then Beth and I had a nice little Sunday or Monday morning Christmas, just the 2 of us, where we exchanged gifts. And her gift was a card detailing, so it was really hard to open that, but I got her a small little like Apple charger thing too. It was good, thank you. Yeah. we and then she got me a few things that were just off my Amazon list, like I needed a new sauce pot, and got a Star Wars book, the from a different point of view, all the short stories from Empire Strikes Back era, um, and some beard oil, and got some new rugs for our new floors. Which is like, I feel bad because a couple of these things aren't for just you; they're for the house. I'm like, yeah, but I still want them. You know, I want our house to look nice. Um, so got those. And I think that was it. So it was good. We had a good holiday, and then we went out to dinner with a friend of ours. Oh, and then we went and saw. So in the afternoon, we went and saw Poor Thing with um, Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe, and I can never remember his name, Mark Ruffalo, and it was delightfully dark. Like, it was disturbing, and just kind of, it was very much a black comedy. It was funny, but it was weird. It was so weird. Um, and um, yeah, so definitely, if you get a chance, go see this movie. It was really, really good. Like, we just had such a good time with it. So and then after that, we went to a Brazilian steakhouse, which was very hoity-toity, and the service was excellent. If you're in the North Austin Round Rock area, it's called Batello. It's actually up in Cedar Park. Can't speak highly enough of it. Food was really, really good. The service was impeccable. Um, and it was a lot of fun. Went with a friend of ours and had a really good time. And then came home and took care of the dogs and kind of went to bed. So it was a lovely day. It was a lovely day. I hope everybody else's was good. Um, I hope y'all got what you asked for and wanted. And I hope if you have family and kids, they got everything they wanted and asked for. And y'all had a stress-free holiday. Kaylee, she is just over here whining at nothing. It's kind of ridiculous. Happy holidays, Mayo. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, doing a Tuesday stream at 10 a.m. because I've got, again, nothing better to do. After this, I'll probably spend some time on Bricklink, sorting out what parts I need for Horizon models. Kaylee, what's the matter? Come here. Kaylee, come here. Um, and I might buy some from. I got a gift certificate from Beth's parents for the Lego store, so I might use some of that for bricks and pieces. Although I know the best sellers is Kaylee. There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there, baby. You keep whining like there's something going on, but there isn't. Hi, baby. Just your little face. Look at that little face. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down in bed somewhere, like your sister. Um. Yeah, so Bricks and Pieces is on bestsellers only. Their standard has stopped to allow people to get their orders in more timely, to allow Lego. I think we had this discussion the other day, and someone was like, there's that one lady who's doing all of it. Hello, Kodiak. How are you? Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. Monday was so exhausting. I slept for 12 hours last night, so it's 2:40, and I ain't tired. You sound like my kid. He's always like, I went to bed at 5 in the morning. Like, well, that sounds like you lost a bet, because that sounds terrible. Yeah, I wanted to hang out with them a little more, but I'll see them when they get back, and hopefully we'll be able to go see a movie together. or a couple movies. I know we want to see the Godzilla movie, and maybe Aquaman and The Boy and the Heron. I heard The Boy and the Heron was not awesome. I heard it was kind of long, and a lot of people were like, "Meh, it was fine. Wasn't really anything to write home about." So I don't know, but I guess I'll have to make that decision for myself. Just two of these. But yeah, Poor Thing was incredible. Emma Stone was perfect. Um, the music was really creepy. Willem Dafoe was really creepy, but very, very good. Everything was. The only thing that I had a little bit of a problem with, because it's supposed to be in London, and Emma Stone's character, I don't want to ruin anything, but she doesn't really need an accent when she starts, but she develops into the accent, and it's good. Um, Willem Dafoe. Okay, this is going to be a little problematic because this is barely hanging on here. It's Scottish, and that comes and goes a little bit. At first, I thought he was German, but there's a line he says in with the Scottish brogue that's just nice. More of these longer corner pieces, corner plates. Yeah, can't speak highly enough of this film. If you get a chance, please go see it. So there was something else Lego related I was going to talk about. There was the jet, the roses. I thought maybe do I have that app open? Okay, so I can pull this over here and do collectible series 25 figures are out or being resold. I don't know. I saw something. There's an end of year sale at lego.com. Some stuff. Looks like Chewie's on sale, Cap Shield, the Lunar Lander, Modern Art. One of the Dreams houses is on sale, so that's good. So if you're looking to get a year-end thing, I did see something. Oh, that's cool. A Veridactyl. A Varactyl. Well, poop. The problem is I saw it on Instagram, which means I'll never see it again because it's in no kind of order at all, whatever. I was hoping I'd run into more of whatever it was. Maybe it was the sale thing. Did anybody do the Die Alone double feature with Home Alone and Die Hard movie viewing? I think we should do that next year. Thanks, Mayo. Yeah, I'm not finding it, whatever it was. It'll come to me later, but I think people are waiting for the new slate of city sets to come out, and with the space stuff, but there's also the Friends space stuff, which I think some people are a little not happy about. And not against the Friends sets per se, but more the fact that we're not getting. I think we had this discussion where it's not like really NASA sets. It's not really space sets by themselves, like a kind of a classic space feel, but it's a acidified space theme. And I'm not sure everybody's really happy about that, but it's more space stuff. It's more stuff I can use for Mars base, so I'll probably end up getting a few of those, depending on how far I get on my Mars base. I've already got 3 versions of the big moon base lunar lunar outpost set with the domes in it. Um, and so I'm probably going to be working on just those. So I'll get the space sets, but I don't know if I'll incorporate them really into the Mars base just yet. It'll kind of depend on how much time I've got, because I've got other things going on. The Mega Block Lego space sets, yeah. I will say it's cold here for Austin. It was 35 degrees this morning, which is kind of cold for Austin. I'm sure my wife wasn't happy when she left, but don't know, I was asleep. She's not really happy about that either. But, you know, I got to clean the house and watch the dogs, so it's a trade-off. Yeah, we had a lovely, lovely holiday. It was nice. I'm gonna actually see my I think my son and my oldest offspring were a little, well, maybe not the oldest, but my son definitely was a little. That's really cool. That's kind of a cool little. This is just greebling back here. I was like, yeah, I need to sort all weekend, and I was like, I made the joke that every time I say, "Does anyone want to come help sort?" no one ever actually does. And Greg's like, I've always been saying I'll come over and help. And I'm like, then come over and help. I'll show you where everything is. And you can spend hours and days on it. You got time off. You want to come over. You can play Spider-Man. You can play Diablo. If you want, whatever you want to do. If you want to come help sort. I also offered my big, not gaming table, but I've got our kitchen table has a flip out leaf in it and makes a nice big square table, which is perfect for gaming, tabletop gaming, but also puzzles. And the oldest I got them a 3 puzzles that they really like, from this puzzle company. I forget the name of it, but they really like them. So I was like, yeah, we'll get those. All right, so we're building Jason. He has a dual face here, and he's got the short legs, not the semi-short legs or the semi-short bendy legs. He just has the original short legs, and nothing really major about him. He's just a slightly tanned kid with his dad's hair, kind of. And then the other side is him being happy, because that's what you do with kids. He doesn't come with a blaster, doesn't come with a lightsaber or anything. He's just a kid. So that's what he gets to be, just a kid there. But he's a force sensitive kid, so there you go. He was able to sense Ahsoka in the world between worlds. He's like, Mom, do you not hear the lightsabers? This is a very Christmassy colored pile right here. It's red and green and white. Very lovely. Got some pills. So yeah, 2024, the early part of 2024 is going to be a lot of trying to mock build the Horizon background, so I can have that ready to go for Brick Rodeo. The later half of 2024, I don't have any idea what it's going to be. I have no plans past July, honestly. We might be doing if you're in Austin, we'll be doing hopefully the Austin Beer Works, whatever it is, show. And I think that's going to be kind of in a smaller off to the side room. I was kind of hoping it'd be in their main tap room, but I get them not wanting to use their main tap room to have stuff in. But I'm going to go by and tour the place and talk to them and kind of get a feel for what we can do. I think it'll be a lot of fun to have an event like that, kind of an older person event where it's not just, hey, let's bring the kids to this thing. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, not a lot of microfighters coming up because I feel like I hit a wall with microfighters. I just was running into ones I didn't want to do, and so unless I wanted to go back and do like the A-Team van or a lot of Batmobiles or something, I was kind of running into not finding a lot of Star Wars stuff that I wanted to do anymore. So kind of seeing where to go from there. But yeah, all Mars Base and Horizon Zero Dawn for the next few months at the very least. So if you're into that, and I appreciate that, this is a Technic brick color I haven't seen. That's what we'll be working on. It's going to be hard to do mock building on camera, so I don't know how that's going to be done yet. Probably easy enough just to turn everything around, pointing at the build table over here, and we'll just chat and build. See how that works. These are times 2. Don't know of anything else going on, really. I'm sure there's some sporting event things going on. I always felt the bus ship from Spaceballs would make a fun microfighter. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? I'll add that to the list. The Flying Winnebago. I don't know. It was Spaceball 1, wasn't? No, that was the name of the big ship that Dark Helmet and everybody flew in. I forget what's his name, and Barf flew in. If it had a name. Oh, and they got the red and the green on this too. Lone Star, that's his name. They were so making fun of. What is that ship called? Let's find out. Lone Stars ship. Eagle 5. All right, well, let's do. We can pull it up here. Ship list. Do I have Eagle 5 in here? To design. Oh, these are all Star Wars. Star Trek, non-Star Wars. Here we go. Moya, Raza, SDF-1, Space Battleship Yamato, Heart of Gold, Normandy, Red Dwarf did that, Starbug, Serenity, Fireball, XL5, Gunstar did that, Battlestar Galactica, Liberator, Thunderfighter, Hatchet Fighter, Discovery, UD-4 Cheyenne Dropship, M577 APC, US Sulaco, Nostromo, Infinity, UNSC Infinity, Rocinante, Milano, Eagle Transporter. I think that's from Space 2099. Eagle 5. Yeah, I've already got it in here. Cool. Well, it'll be done at some point. All right, well, that's as far as it goes, which is not very far. Ooh, look at these pieces. So these are relatively new. We got a bunch of these in white for the Mars base, but they come in orange too, and that's shiny. It's very shiny. Very pleased to know about that. This ship probably won't be taken apart real soon. That's why I'm putting stickers on it. I think it's going to go up on the Star Wars shelf for a little bit. I'm going to take a few things down from there that have been up there for a while. So it's not like I'm going to be using parts off of this anytime soon. But if you're ordering parts, know that these upside down, curved, inverted curved brick, I think, or modified inverted brick. I'm not sure what they'd classify that as. So I know I had all these plans today, but right before the stream, I started getting really not feeling well, like little stomach thing going on. And so I'm like, man, please don't just, I don't want to spend the next 3 days on the couch because I'm not feeling good. That would suck. Started building the Viking village in a time lapse on Christmas Day. I'll probably finish it during Thursday Night Football. Hope everyone got good Lego these holidays. I got no Lego these holidays. The Lego I got was for myself. And that's fine because it's generally what happens. Everybody that I know is just too afraid to get me Lego for any birthday or holiday, anything. Because they're like, we don't know what you have. I'm like, I have a list. Like I keep a list on Amazon about what sets I have or what sets I'd like. So at any point, you can go check that out. And honestly, if it's something I already have, it's parts. It's fine. Whatever you know. But we want inverted. Yeah, more inverted. I'm loving all the distinct colors inside to keep track of where everything is. Sticking with the red and green. And I really like that because it's keeping track of where everything is, but also right and left colors, port and starboard colors. Is that all from there? Yep. Yeah, so usually the Lego things that I get are the thing that I'm like, okay, somebody got me a gift certificate, so I'm going to go get that for myself. God, the robot is still running. That's not bad. Santa doesn't exist for college students. There's a really weird, I just realized there's a really weird song. There's a Santa song, and it's by. Okay, that's really weird. There's nothing else under that, right? Okay, and there's nothing on top of that, right? Okay. It's by Satchmo, and it's just the refrain because it's not really a whole chorus, but it's "Is that you, Santa Claus?" But it's kind of like a creepy "Is that you, Santa Claus?" And it's just every time I listen to it, it's like he's coming around the stairs, and I'm like, God, this is making him sound like real creepy. which I don't know why as a kid you don't think of it as creepy, but at the same time you're like, why? You would think that these would be matching. I don't think they had these stickers lined up to be matching. Oh, I think Santa exists for college students. It's like healthcare. It's there, but it's other people need it first. I don't know where I was going with that. It made sense in my head. That's something else I wanted to say, and it just completely went away. So, what's everybody's plans this week? Anybody else got the whole week off or taking any time off to do anything special while you're off? Or am I the only weirdo whose company decides to give him this week off? I'm looking at you specifically, Walter. Surely European sensibilities have given you like a winter break from your job or something. I know American sensibilities mean you work Christmas Day, but there's some nice Lego math there with the curved slope and the wedge plates. Looks nice. um, let's see. I don't know if it was since last time, but I watched Rebel Moon on Netflix. I don't know if we talked about this yet or not, but don't watch it. It's not good. It's Zack Snyder. His took me 40 years to make it, whatever the line is. Star Wars ish type movie, and it's not really great. It's got some interesting bits in it, but for the most part, it's really bland, acting wise and writing wise, and the overall color of the movie is it's blue and orange for like the entire movie. Some individual performances are okay. Some of the world building ideas are kind of good, but like if I don't know if you like kind of soulless slow motion science fiction, then that's your game, man. I didn't hear. I'm worried that my robot is stuck somewhere. Yeah, I don't hear it. I'm gonna go see if the robot's trapped real quick. So give me 1 second. It's not. It's fine. I micromanage that thing too much. I'm finally, I am finally got my two extra monitors. Trying to find the stands and power adapters. Nice. Santa stopped breaking and entering my house once I graduated high school. I don't like Zack Snyder's or Ryan Johnson's directing. I'm not a big like Zack Snyder. I think he wowed everybody with 300, and 300 wasn't bad. And I liked Watchmen. Okay. Um, and the Zack Snyder Justice League wasn't terrible. It wasn't. I don't think it was worth 4 hours, but I mean, I kind of enjoyed watching it. But there's some things like he'll get into something, and I'm like, oh god, this whole scene could just be um, non-existent. Like you didn't need any of this. He's very much a tell don't show. There's so much exposition going on, and um, introducing a character so they can bring in some backstory, and then never utilizing that character again. They just kind of become scenery after that, and it's a little kind of frustrating because you end up not caring. Like then a major scene happens with the character, and you're like, well, I don't care about that guy. Why make that a big deal? You could have killed him off screen, and I'd have been like, yeah, all right, that tracks. Um, Ryan Johnson. So hot take. Um, I didn't not like The Last Jedi. It was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. I wasn't a huge fan of like, so Knives Out was fine. Um, the problem I had with Knives Out is I figured it out really early. And if I figured something else out, if I figured out something, then it's obvious to everybody. Like I don't have the mind for like mystery movies or whodunits and following the clues. I have to have like music cues tell me what's important and have it really spelled out for me. So if I'm figuring out something, and I may not be giving myself enough credit, but whatever. So Knives Out was fine. It wasn't like the thing everybody, it wasn't, to me, it didn't feel up to the hype. Um, However, the Glass Onion or whatever, I didn't I didn't much care for it. I didn't think it was that great. So, and I don't know why. It just felt a little slow. Um, Meanwhile, Edgar Wright exists and doesn't just direct everything. Well, Justice League, the Justice League was not great. The Snyder Cut thing was a little too much, you know. So we never really got a whole kind of good thing with that, I feel. And I don't want more if that's going to be who's directing it. It's oh god, I hate this thing. It's not bad. I can't say it's not bad. Isn't as good as it's good. So the Last Jedi specifically has a lot of good parts in it. Again, but there are things that I think hampered Ryan Johnson a little bit in that they probably had a lot of studio notes that they wanted to tie back into Last Jet or to Force Awakens and then into their broader story, which I don't know that they actually had a broader story. And I really don't want to turn this into like Star Wars chat, but this is what we know and this is what we got, so we're gonna work with it. Um, the There were parts of Last Jedi though that were terrible. Um, that I rolled my eyes a little bit. Uh, Top of mind, Benicio del Toro and his stupid force stutter. No reason for that, unless it was like shown to be like a thing that he was doing to fool somebody, which it really wasn't. There's no reason for it. It was just a weird character affectation that was way too over the top and meant nothing. And it felt like almost like he was making fun of stutterers at that point because he was just being so blatant about it. Um, the whole Canto Bite thing, it was a good idea. I like the idea of sort of a rich people thing in Star Wars. It's not something we generally see, so to see something like it is great. But I really think it could have been handled better and not look like a Baz Luhrmann film. And I like Baz Luhrmann movies, and if they had got him to direct that portion of it, it would have been fine. Up until the whole racing creature uh, stampede, which was bad CGI, bad blocking. Um, there comes a point, I think, in sci-fi and action movies where the action is so unbelievable that anybody could survive what's happening that you just stop caring. Like there's no stakes anymore. And at some point in that thing, Finn and Rose should have died. They could have been killed several times in that, and that doesn't make it more suspenseful. It makes it completely unbelievable. So if you're going to do that, just know that you've got to suspend everyone's disbelief, and it makes it less of an interesting thing. But it's also kind of Star Warsy to do something like that. They needed some kind of chase. They didn't have pod racers. But in a world where X-wings and TIE fighters exist, why are you even trying to do anything else? Just make everything spaceships. I don't care about little critters, but little critters sell plushies. So anyway, there's a lot that I could talk about with that. Oh, what they did to Phasma was not great. I think justice for Phasma needs to happen because she was a really cool idea for a character and played by a very good actress and got like shafted, almost literally shafted. So this is kind of a neat approach to building like paneling on the side there, just with some clips and bars and stuff. Makes it look kind of nice. You still see the studs in there, so it's not perfect. I would have liked maybe those all to rest on some tiles or something, so it's less visible. But I don't think Last Jedi is a great movie. I honestly think it's probably one of the stronger of the sequels. Force Awakens rides a lot on newness and haven't seen a Star Wars movie in 20 years mentality to it. But I think overall it's very much just a retread of New Hope. But we also get Millennium Falcons redone in Lego every so often. So I think the idea is we're introducing Star Wars to a new group, and you can only really retell the hero's journey so many times before it starts being kind of a retread. But everybody is allowed to kind of tell that story. So I think the Han Solo movie is a big sleeper. When a movie like Rogue One exists, there's kind of no reason to have any other movies. Empire is still the best to me. Even Return of the Jedi, which wasn't my favorite as a kid, is still now holding up a little more every time I watch something new. Yeah, I agree. Like she was so cool, and she was other than Kylo Ren being the bad guy. Where does this go? Like that. She really got no love at all. Okay. See, this is kind of stuff that I don't like. Where it's like you obviously have to pinch this to put it on here. And then pieces collapse. those down. Okay. So they're doing some inverted stuff right by having these on here. We'll see where this goes. Bag 9. Almost an hour in. We've got 4 bags to go. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, apologize for the robot back there. He's hooked up to the vacuum. Probably can't even hear that, but I can. So yeah, so I'm reading the Certain Point of View, I think it is, which is all the short stories for the 40th anniversary of Empire that came out a couple years ago. And it hit, I got that. Beth got me that, and it hit it just the right time because I haven't been reading anything. I've just been watching TikTok and then falling asleep. I don't want to debate Hive about anything. I think he's probably just looking to get angry for anger's sake, and that's fine. If he disagrees, I don't want to change anybody's mind. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. The Last Jedi was good in that it's set up. There's a couple of things wrong with it. There's a lot of things wrong with it, but it's set up. Here's the thing. The lines that were delivered and the acting choices and the dialogue writing were probably the strongest in that. In the previous and following movies that weren't Rian Johnson, that were J.J. Abrams, the dialogue was real cringy, and like the plot really kind of didn't make a whole lot of sense. In Last Jedi, it really kind of didn't make sense either, because there was a whole sending Rose and Finn off to do a thing that ultimately didn't matter. Yeah, there was just a lot of. I'm not saying it's a perfect movie, but I think it's directing wise. I think it's probably the strongest. Performance wise, I think it's probably the strongest. But that's like saying Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequel movies, and the prequel movies were not great either. Like, they're not supposed to be these great films. They're supposed to be popcorn pieces. You know, they're supposed to be fun action romps that you go and then you forget about. And maybe you watch them again when your kids want to see them for the first time. But I mean, so, you know, if anybody doesn't like a thing, I'm not going to try to convince them they're wrong. I'll rewatch all of them, and then I'll still roll my eyes at bits about them. There's parts of Return of the Jedi I never liked, mostly involving the Ewoks. And also the way Han Solo suddenly acts. He acts suddenly like this weird old kind of buffoony character. That he wasn't in Star Wars. And wasn't really in Empire either. But, you know, directorial choices, acting choices, whatever. Yeah, I don't either. I think they may have wanted to do 3 different directors, or they saw Rian Johnson as the next new hotness kind of thing. So they had JJ kick it off, got Rian Johnson, and then possibly Rian Johnson was supposed to do the next few, or the next one, but they went, no, we've changed our mind. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of good build techniques in that. I don't know if you caught many of those, but I'm trying to get this off without completely ruining it. So there's a one of those bars with the shaft with the ring around it in there. um, and that's a perfect size. And then these have the holes in it, so you can kind of make that into like that look, which is kind of cool. I listen to way too many Lego Star Wars collectors, so I know way too much about Star Wars. I wish I didn't. Everyone does Lego Star Wars for the clicks and then get the clicks. I don't care. Yeah, I'd rather there be more Doctor Who discussions or new science fiction. There's a bunch of like fan science fiction out there that's really good. Which is why I was kind of hopeful for Rebel Moon. Like I want new stuff out there. I don't want to have to keep trying to convince people Star Wars is good. Because I mean, after 50 years, they're like, I've never seen it, and I'm not gonna see it. All right, can't convince you otherwise. So anytime any new sci-fi comes out, I'm really excited for. Even if it's near future sci-fi, like historical fiction type stuff, like For All Mankind. That's really good. That's really good. I know some people have been thinking that it's jumped the shark a little in recent seasons, and they're tired of some of the characters, and they don't think it's being acted well. And I'm like, I don't think we're watching the same show, because I have no problem with any of this stuff. Yeah, we definitely need Lego Star Trek at the very least. I really wish they could get it from Playmobil or whoever has it now. But at the same time, we're all very sad at some of the Star Wars sets that they've done and how they've handled the license. I feel like a lot of the Lego Star Wars people they feel like they're just buying because they like Star Wars and they like Lego. They may not necessarily be very excited for the sets. And I think in most cases, it's kind of been a little bit of a disappointment. I think early on it was great, and some sets have stood out. Notably, some UCS sets have stood out. But I think overall, they feel it's probably been handled a little subpar. Overpriced, underbuilt, um, not doing some things that are kind of obvious repeats of the same stuff over and over again just to get new people involved. So I think that everyone wants Star Trek to be done by Lego, but at the same time, it's like, do you really? They'll handle it the same way they do Star Wars. They won't make any drastic changes or anything, which means you may not be happy with what happens. So keep that in mind. Like, how many Enterprises will we get? And they won't be full minifig scale, or we'll get a UCS, and people will say, well, why did we get just Kirk? How come we couldn't get Kirk, Spock, and Bones? How many times are we going to build the Defiant? I want an actual playable Deep Space Nine kit. It's like they've got to figure out a scale for the ships, because every ship is a capital ship in Star Trek. It's not like you can build starfighters. They have them, but they barely are involved. So, night, Mayo. Take care. Happy Boxing Day. Hope you get some sleep, and I hope all your teams win tomorrow or Thursday. So some good looks there on the angles from underside. Already starting to shape up. Starting to look like the Ghost a little more, and less just a giant hexagon. I'm glad they did I'm glad they did Doctor Who as an idea set. I wish they would do more, but the more to me would be just figures, honestly. There's never really any good play sets because the Doctor's never really in the same space, and a lot of the times it's stuff on Earth. So do you do How many times did he visit the Globe Theater with Shakespeare? And how many times was he on Scarro? Or how many times? It's like really not as many as you think. So you have to come up with reasons to have kind of play sets and which are the most iconic. So you end up just going, well, I just want all the figures and companions and some bad guys. Some Cybermen. They did the Weeping Angels and the Daleks already in the Dimension sets. And they didn't do Tennant and Capaldi. They did Matt Smith and Capaldi and Clara, which I think is just because that's kind of who was out at the time when they were doing it. Which I think is kind of funny. The Ponds and River. There was a couple really good cliffhanger kind of episodes where they could do that one room that sent people into different time eras, and you can have Amy as current Amy and past Amy or future Amy. That'd be kind of fun. Kind of a warrior. You could do K9 as a figure or a buildable little figure. I think a lot of people have already done this on their own, so it's just a matter of if you want to build it, find the Rebrickable or find the minifig customizer of your choice and just get some figures. Stargate is definitely another one. We could do a lot with Stargate, but again, that's pretty niche. Some people may not realize that outside of the movie that there was even a show. And it's not a show that's current anymore. Like you could do Babylon 5, which I think would be great, except a lot of like you couldn't do Battlestar Galactica, I think, because Battlestar Galactica is primarily a war show, right? It's a conflict that had some sci-fi elements, but it's essentially a war movie or a war show, and I don't think Lego would really lean into that too much. But I may be wrong. Everybody hydrate. Don't forget your hydration. Don't forget to go eat some fruit and some vegetables after this. We gonna get stuck in the Christmas cookie, fatty foods, eating donuts for breakfast while our family's in town kind of mentality for a little bit. So better make sure to treat yourself right and get some good foods in you and hydrate a lot. Coffee is not hydration as much as I want it to be. Now that's a big boat of good technique there. So we've got curved plates with those pins on them holding the bracket plates upside down just so we can get that plate forward. I think there was probably a better way to do that. But there's got to be a reason for this, so let's find out what it is. I think this is a very internal. It looks like there's a few things in here that are going to be internal. So let's find out what it's going to be. Music level all right, audio level all right. Don't think we've dropped any frames. Everything's pretty quiet here in the house. Not a lot of people streaming on top of it. Not a lot of streaming going on in the neighborhood, maybe. So that'll help. Yeah, anytime anyone says this thing is the worst, the best, change my mind. It's like, nope, not enough. Oh, cool. Okay. That's really like. So that's the technique to get it to look like that. That's actually kind of cool. Not gonna lie. There's a little bit of red in there that you can see. Um, Forward facing blasters or lights or something. Just kind of cool looking. A lot of work went into figuring out that exact angle too. So I don't think I would have done it that way, but that's really cool. And a lot of extra parts on that one. Not great, but we got one of these bars, so that's cool. Oh, and my phone's beeping, so let me check. Nope, it's just a sale. Oh, this sucks, by the way. I don't know if you can see this or not. So my phone just started doing this, which means I need a new phone. I don't know if you can see that or not up in the corner. That it looks like there's something covering the corner up here. The screen is dying, and I think it's spreading. Um, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Like it's a cosmetic thing, and it looks a little goofy, and it doesn't bother me how it looks. But because the screen is dying, it affects any button. Like if I were to pull down my alerts kind of thing and scroll up, the dead areas will interact with the alerts and open stuff up, like I'm pressing on it or something. And it's like I'll be in the middle of like writing an email. I was doing this morning. I was writing an email, and it kept pulling down the alerts list. And I'm like, no, what are you doing? But then my fingers are still typing when it does it, and so I hit an alert, and it opens that app up, and I'm like, what is So now I'm like, oh, now I got to get a new phone this year, which means after this I have to research if this phone's paid off, if I can just roll a new phone into my plan and just pay that one off, and like I usually do. But I think this is it's a Pixel 6, so it's 2 years old, 3 years old. I think I got it before the pandemic. I'll have to check my my Verizon account. But I think it's time for a new phone. What is it? What are we up to? Pixel 9 now? And I like the Pixels. They've always done pretty well for me. Never really any problems. This is like the first major problem I've ever had with it. The problems I usually have with phones are that I drop them and they stop working. This one wasn't dropped, just stopped working properly. All right, so this guy is First Officer Hawkins, and I don't remember him specifically. Is this Tim Meadows' character? As I move away from the mic, I think this is Tim Meadows' character, Officer Hawkins, but I think there was another guy in the show shortly before this, and Hawkins, I think, was on Coruscant. So he doesn't have a pistol or anything. He's just kind of another non-com or another officer. Single pip, so lieutenant. It just says officer, whatever. So nothing really special there. They're saving Hera for last, apparently. So I went down to check on the Capitol building, and my kiddos took a couple videos while we were there and did some TikTok stuff, and it was kind of fun. Rowan said, "Hey Lego, hire my dad." But yeah, I was there to check on guy in our lug was like, it's falling apart. Like it's coming apart at the seams. And I'm like, what? I was like, well, there are seams. I don't think it's coming apart, but so I went and checked, and it seems okay. There are some things I would tighten up if I were able to open that up and kind of fix it, but I don't think I can because it's in a big old case. And I'm not sure what it would take to get that case opened and if they feel it was worth it. I'd be also worried that I'd open up the case and I would like stuff would just fall apart completely. And I'm almost like, it looks fine. I'm not going to touch it. But it looks like a couple things have shifted, and I could you could slide some of the wood paneling or the panels that the building is on back into place. I could definitely see doing that a little bit. That shouldn't hurt anything, but again, it's up to them really. It doesn't that's on like really critical kind of looking. But I think otherwise it's fine. If you're ever in Austin, Texas, head down to the state capitol, and there is the Capitol Visitor Center on the Capitol grounds, on the southeast corner of the Capitol grounds. And there you will see the Lego Capitol. We got this. I haven't seen that. 1x2 clip plate in sand green. 2x4 in sand green. I think that's already been out. I feel like I got a lot of those for the Capitol, which is why this kind of made me think of it. The sand blue is always good. Ingots in sand blue. That's nice. What's up, Cliff? Happy Boxing Day. Hope your Christmas went well. And you got everything you asked for, and you're able to get everything you wanted for all your family. However that played out for you. What are you working on this week? You got any time off, or you got to go back to work? How's that work for you? A lot of ingots. I like seeing all the ingots instead of just tiles. Ingots just seem to work really well for spaceships in general. 11. Just relax all week. You're glad it's all over. Did you have family in town? Did you go anywhere? Was it just like hectic doing shopping and mailing and visiting and stuff? I'm not glad it's over. I feel like it's this is one of my favorite times of year, and I'm always sad when it ends. I don't feel like the stress for me is enough to be sad that it's over, or enough to be happy that it's over. I also feel like this year that I didn't put a lot into it. Didn't do cards, didn't do decorating. Everything kind of happened towards the end of the year and kind of put us off doing a lot of that stuff. So I feel like next year I'm gonna make up for it. All of the above, yeah, fair enough. I'm waiting for one other Christmas or one other delivery for my Secret Santa, and I feel bad, but I because I got it as soon as I found out who my Secret Santa was, and we did internal to the supporter group um, for the Austin FC, the MLS team here in Austin. Um, there's the supporter group, but then inside the supporter group, there's a subgroup of people who do the vests. I don't think you've ever seen the vest. So this is what we do. It's just a battle vest, right? And it's all these patches and stuff. So we wear these to the games, and everybody takes pictures of it. And Cheryl and Claire, odd colored sheep, do the patches for for the supporter group. So for all the patches that I got, well, most of the patches I've got, it's all done by them. 1x3 in sand blue. That's nice. So the cut crew all did or the patch people, pins and patches, as it were, did a Secret Santa this year. And I got mine, and it was lovely. It was some Lego dots and an ally patch and a Boba Fett pen, and a Live Long and Prosper patch. So that was great. And the person who did it has wrapping paper with their face on it. I'm like, well, now I know it's you. Now I know it's Jesse. So, and I kind of know who my person is, and I don't want to tell them anything, but at the same time, I ordered something from Canada, and it just was going to take a while to get here. So I sent them a card with another patch in it going, this is only part of it, and it's a placeholder. The rest of it will come after the first of the year. Sorry it took so long, but it's being sent from Canada. So I felt kind of bad, but at the same time, I'm like, can't be helped. I tried. So yeah, I like doing the Secret Santa things. I just wish I had a little more time on it this year. I only had one. Like, I didn't have a bunch of people from work or anything. The work from home thing was a little weird this year. Normally there's... I don't want to complain about working from home because I really like it. It allows me to do stuff like this sometimes. Just chill out, sort Lego, be with the dogs, make sure the house is kept up with, that kind of thing. But occasionally, and I just don't see the point in driving an hour to get to my job, as, it's the joke about that's the culture that they want us to, be involved in. It's like, is it really? Because this culture is terrible. I don't want to be in a culture that is driving for an hour a day to get to not see anybody while I'm at the office. But interesting use of paint rollers. I have a ton of black paint rollers, and I try to use them as often as I can for machinery and greebling and stuff, but I can never really make it work. So I'm glad to see that. So what I missed this year, though, is like the holiday parties, the Christmas party at the office where we'll do a white elephant gift with lunch. They'll cater in fajitas or something, and it's always fajitas. It's like the only thing that people in Austin eat is fajitas for some reason. And there's always something with just your team where people will leave stuff on your desk, or, oh, this is interesting. They're asking you to put, I've never seen this really. They're asking you to put a sticker on one side of do I have the right sticker? It's 2, right? Yeah. So not in the middle. They're asking you to put it on one side. That's interesting to me. So yeah, stuff like that you miss a little bit. But then, on the whole, I don't miss, again, driving to get there, sitting in traffic. It's just not, not part of the culture I want to be involved in. But I do miss sometimes the working in the team kind of face-to-face kind of thing. We don't get a whole lot of FaceTime with people, so. But yeah, we didn't do a ton of parties this year or anything. Our friends usually do a Krampus party, so we did that. Then another friend has a birthday at the end of the year because her birthday is January 1st, so we have a New Year's Eve birthday party thing, and that's fun. I think I missed. Yes. That one goes. Interesting. We're getting there. Got some top panels here. Now we're on bag 11 of 13. So, how was everybody with their advent calendars this year? Did you enjoy them? Did you think they were dumb? I always find it interesting to hear about what people thought of them, because sometimes I think the general consensus is the figures are usually pretty good. Oh, my hair is crazy. My inadvertent frosted tips. The figures are all right. Maybe not necessary, but okay. But also the little sets themselves are barely worth battle pack status or just extra part status. Like it's almost kind of just like, well, I could have made these out of the extra parts from an actual set. So with that in mind, the Star Wars ones this year were fine. I think the highlight was this little guy, was the Ewok with the Christmas hoodie, Christmas head wrap, whatever you call that. On his glider, he had a little glider that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces total. And then there was a Christmassy pit droid. There was Palpatine with an ugly sweater with the Death Star on it. A regular Endor Leia, a regular Omega, and a regular orange type clone trooper, Commander Fox, maybe, or maybe that's Cody. I don't know who that is really. And then of all things we got was a battle droid, like not even a fun colored battle droid, just a regular old tan battle droid. I'm like, I've got bags of these. Like, you couldn't have made it, a commando droid or something, and then put like a Christmas hat on it. So, and then some of the, the little ships were fine. There was a, let's see, we had a Star Destroyer and a Juggernaut tank. Oh, I think one of the highlight builds was probably the Gonk droid with the antlers. The rest of them were fine. There was a couple play sets that looked like an Ewok Village or an ATST or the Bunker, the Justifier, Din Djarin's N1. A couple of them were were connected to each other too. So you build one of those Stap speeders to go with the battle droid, right? And then suddenly the battle droid makes more sense. And then you get like a observation post with the clone trooper, and you put the clone trooper in the observation post, or the throne for Palpatine. So a couple of them, and I really don't remember them doing that a whole lot last time. So the figures were more intricate or interconnected with the little vignette play featurey thing. So I've done the Marvel one. It was okay. I think we got cheated out of a build with a cape was one. Oh, I saw that a couple times. Like some people got 2 of one bag, and the last one they got wasn't the Star Wars one. They're like, we got 2 speeder bikes and didn't get an Ewok. And it's like, oh man, the one thing that kind of made the set worthwhile, it's $35 and you end up, with a couple decent minifigures. It's kind of like, I don't know if that's necessarily worth it or not. Could already feel my voice starting to give way. Yeah, so my TikTok will probably be quiet for the next year until I get another advent calendar next year. I'm trying to come up with reasons to keep the account going. Building more microfighters. I'd kind of run out of things to want to do. Take clips from this. But I don't know. Clips from this is just me talking about random stuff. I don't really engage a whole lot with the 5 people that show up. Cliff and Mayo and Missy and Kodiak and Vab. Thanks for being here today, you guys. You guys are very much appreciated. The other thing I'm doing this week is I'm going to be taking apart all my Creator Expert cars and cleaning them, dusting them off, cleaning them, disassembling them into bags, and trying to sell them. They will be the basis for my being able to buy either the Venator or to start saving for UK trip. I also may get a new credit card and use it to pay for like everything that we pay for, so I can build up some miles to use to buy a plane ticket. Because I do want to go. I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it this year or not. Beth got a pay cut. I know we've got some stuff going on at the first of the year for health stuff, so it's kind of like, maybe we don't make it this year. We'll see. As you clean your Lego room. Nice. Well, I appreciate the lurk. I do that sometimes too. I'll have people on while I work. Just kind of there, chatting. Oh, I did not do that. Why did I not do that? So it doesn't specifically tell you to push these down, but this is how you're getting the shape of the back end. Is it's a two-fold part. One hinges in here to make it go down this way, and the other hinges in here to make it go down that way. So you're getting that pretty nice shaping for the ship. As long as it's flat and planed, you can accomplish it with Lego. It's the curved stuff that I always end up having a problem. I was trying to do at one point a UCS style vulture droid. And I may still go back and do that. I still like the idea of it. I'm not a huge fan of the vulture droids, but I feel like that is something Lego could do. And people would be like, really? Because, I mean, they were kind of a big part of the original prequels was those vulture droids. They were the things that were shooting down the Naboo starfighters and whatever. So I thought they would be more heavily used. Anyway. But because it's so curved and so, like, it's just general, it's very gradual grades of curve across the whole thing. And that's really hard to do. You almost want to do with like stacking plates, stacking wedge plates or something, but it's really complicated to figure out. Probably why I gave up. I could get its head just right and whatever. And then the muse left me. I was left with no muse. Loading up on those ingots right there. Designer said, how many ingots do you want for the set? And the original designer said yes. I also find it interesting they're putting boat bottoms in here to hold this together. Even though this is going to be an internal thing. This is going to be facing like this way inside. So the fact they're using these instead of just regular plates to hold stuff together. I guess it's more headroom in here. They don't have to worry so much about things bumping into each other or clearing something else. That's one thing I always bring up in surveys and stuff is more interviews with more long form interviews with the people who actually do the designs for the sets. Because I know we talked to somebody who worked at Lego. He was at Brick Rodeo, Stuart something, I forget his name now. Was did the designs for the original designs for the big buildable minifigs, and I think his was the pirate one. And I don't remember if he came up with the idea of the buildable figures by himself or if he was just involved with a few other people. It made it. He tried to play it off as it wasn't just him, but I think it was a lot him. But I would love to see more like long form designer interviews with actual Lego people to figure out why they chose certain things to build certain ways. Because I think you could probably get that if you asked enough people on YouTube. YouTube famous or Instagram famous Lego designers, you know, could I pick your brain about why you chose to do this? Because I think there's a lot of tendency for questions like that to be asked. What's your favorite set? How long have you been building Lego? And several more uninteresting questions that nobody cares about. How about, why did you choose to leave this one part out of this one build? Why did you choose, was it a cost saving measure? Was it you just didn't think of it? Why did you choose to make this go this way? I'd be more interested in that, but that's just me. All right, so the end of bag 11, and we've got the shape of the ghost, pretty much. So I think we still have a turret to build, and a cockpit, and the covering here, and then we're good. So it's 11:30. We got 2 bags left. Let's do this. And this bag looks like we finally get Hera. General Syndulla. I think this is my first General Syndulla. I did not get her originally with the first Ghost. I also did not get the original Phantom, which means I do not have an Ezra or a Zeb or a Kanan or a Thrawn. I don't have a Thrawn. Would love a Thrawn. I think everybody would love a Thrawn. More of the dark or the trans black color canopies. Some good looking wheels here that are going to be used as thrusters, I'm sure. More wheels for thrusters there. More dark or trans black. Makes me wonder now what they're going to use trans brown for. I feel like that's seen its day and it's gone the way of the light gray, dark gray instead of the light bluish gray, light darkish gray, or dark bluish gray. All right, and we've got, I'm going to have her have a smile just because I feel like she's always angry or she's always very business oriented. Get her looking happy for a change. Notice lately it's getting harder and harder to put stuff in hands. The first part. All right, so there's Hera. Pretty good print. This is very show accurate too. I think she got the Phoenix Squadron. Is that the Phoenix Squadron logo on the back, or the Ghost? I think that's the Ghost logo. And again, she has another head print that's mad and slightly happy. So, but this looks like the Mary Elizabeth Winstead version of Hera, so that's kind of cool. It's very differentiated from the other one. And there you go. So I think that's it for the figures. So that's all the figures we're gonna get. We got one more bag without figures. I would love to get a Zeb. I think they could do Zeb in a way that's fun for the show. They could bring in, because at this point they could bring in the squadron from that one location to help fight something and have Zeb involved, and he's piloting a Y-Wing or something. Who knows? Is there a black one? Yeah. Interesting. We're going to use that Technic brick to put a bar in. That's something I generally see Lego do, but we're going to roll with it. So what was your favorite set that you got in 2023? I don't even know where to look for that. I guess through past. Let's see if I can do brick set up here. And just look up 2023. I don't want brick set alerts. Thank you. Sets. All matching sets from 2023. All right, so the Majestic Horse. I think the Majestic Horse, wasn't that a joke? Let's see, I didn't get any Mario stuff. Barely got any friend stuff. No Dot stuff. Not really any creator stuff. No Ninjago. No Minecraft. No Batman. The X-Wing Starfighter. That was a poly bag. I think I got that. I wouldn't say that was my favorite. The Easter Chicks. I think I got that. I did not get the Year of the Rabbit. I got the Blacktron Cruiser. Haven't put it together, but it's still there. I wouldn't say that's my favorite, but where are you going? Jeez. Oh, you know what starts today that I'm going to be excited to do after this? I'm going to go watch Letterkenny. It is the final season of Letterkenny. Up on YouTube or whatever, or Hulu in Canada. Yesterday it was up. It's up on U.S. channels today. Also, What If has been playing. We're up to like 5 episodes of What If. The latest episode was pretty good. Did not get Off-Road Ambulance. I only got one House of the World, and I don't remember which one it is. Did not get birthday. Did not get Wonders of the World. Did not get the Easter basket. I did not get the flower pot. I kind of wanted to get the flower pot. I may go see if I can find that somewhere. Another House of the World. Didn't get that. Didn't get the Death Star. Didn't get that. I did get the tribute to Galileo. Right. Where is it? Oh, it's right behind me here. Tribute to Galileo. Not bad. Good figure, I guess, you know. Didn't get the Magic Maze. Gift with purchase. These are all gift with purchases. I didn't get any of those. Didn't get the Winter Market stall. I did get the ornaments. These are new VIP bags. I'm sure I got some of those. I got Frodo and Gollum. Haven't put it together. I did not get the Friends Advent Calendar. Ooh, and these are nice. These are like these slightly larger, and they're not. The blue seems a little off. Like it's a little almost pearlescent blue. It's not quite the trans blue. Like you can see how not clear that is. It's like a more opaque color injection, which is really weird. I'm doing this times 2. Okay. Didn't do any of the EV stuff, the core stuff, any powered stuff. Didn't get that advent calendar. Didn't get any of this gear. I think I did get this may have been last year, but I think I got a scarf. I think I got a soccer scarf. But I can't remember if that was this year or last year. I could go through my order history. That would also not show really what, if anything, I got from like Amazon or Target or something like that. Which way does this go? Which way do you want it to go? I think the rounded side this way. Okay. Cool. That seems to fit pretty well. And then the big wheels. I wonder if when they're making molded wheels and stuff, are they like, all right, we got to make sure that this also looks good as a thruster engine. Keychains. What is that? Taco stand. I think that was a gift with purchase in May for Cinco de Mayo. Yoda fountain. Didn't get that. Gear, posters, stickers, gear, posters. I did not get the llama, the Fortnite llama. Didn't get a Lego Masters gift. I did get the buildable cassette player, but I didn't build it. Okay, so we got one of these. This may be adding too much time by also scrolling through this, but something to talk about. If anybody has the what your favorite sets were idea already, go ahead and let us all know. I think maybe my favorite, but I think it was late 2021, was Rivendell was pretty good. Maybe Galactic Explorer. I mean, Rivendell was a lot of fun, but it's also kind of like, well, how do you not like the biggest set that they did that year? These engines are very rolly. What about you? What was your favorite set in 2023? If you can remember all the sets that you got. Times 2. Yeah, did that. All right, cool. Big old engines. What's up, Michael? How's it going? If that's how you say your name. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We're building the Ghost. We're on second to last bag currently, and we're talking about what your favorite set of 2023 was. And I'm just scrolling through Brickset with 2023 as a date, and I have to get through all the gift with purchases first, and keychains and gear and stuff. Pink Yoshi, green Yoshi. Looks like we got some pins. Oh, that's not even... Okay, I do 2023 theme. Oh, wait, no. Let's just do this. Let's do browse. Browse. Sets by year. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. I'm like, that's definitely not. Jazz Club. Did anybody get the Jazz Club? Hey, look. Gray Wieners. Got a lot of these for my Horizon sets. They are quite useful. And they go right here. I can't really tell from the instructions where they go. Like this. Interesting. That's just a little bit of greebling right at the end here. Very, very interesting. Kind of cool looking right there. I got all the bouquet. I got all the flowers. They were all fun to build. I think probably either the succulents or the tiny plants were my favorite to do. The centerpiece was fine. It was a kind of, whatever. It had some good parts. But I don't think overall it was my favorite. Again, there's a Tranquil Garden. The Tranquil Garden was a lot of fun to build. It was very kind of whimsical and just overall pleasing. Yeah, Lord of the Rings, the Rivendell was very, very fun to build. That just took a long time. Well, it didn't really look like that when we were doing it originally. So that goes like this. This one goes like this. Let's see. Didn't get the Land Rover. I got the Concorde. That was an okay build. The Concorde was good. It looks wonderful. The Concorde is probably one of the bigger footprints of any set because the wingspan is so big and it is so long that it's hard to find a place for it. I have a nice I have a nice low shelf that I am taking apart all my 3-in-1, not 3-in-1, all my expert cars. I took those. I had a bunch of those, and I took those off their shelf. And this is a nice sort of. This fits in here, kind of nice angle right there. So it fits by itself, as long as it's by itself and doesn't have a whole lot of other stuff with it. So I think I've got like some plants on either side of it to make it balance it out a little bit. So yeah, the Concorde was good. The monitor parts I was looking at were in the back of the garage under all my Lego and everything else. But, well, I was triumphant. That is excellent. Glad you're able to find all that. Monitor parts being like all the power cables and VGI cable or video cables and such, stands and things. Mounting on different parts of the wall and whatnot. All right. Didn't get Eldorado Fortress. Didn't get the Corvette. I did get the Pac-Man arcade. Wow, that's a tough call. That was a really good one. The Pac-Man arcade felt very throwbacky. Some of it was kind of tedious, like making all the Technic pins with the bars in them. Did I use the wrong dot somewhere else that I shouldn't have? Probably. And it's black. Do I have another black one over here? Any chance? Yeah, we'll just use that. Oh, the little one is down by my feet. She's so cute. Yeah, the bar pin Technic pieces with a tan bar in it makes all the dots for the game, and that was a little building. I think it was like 64 of those or something like that. That was a little tedious, but it's a very good look. Wow, they really looked at this ship. All right. Favorite set is definitely the Technic Jeep Wrangler. Favorite set to build was probably Dobby. It was just a throwback to my childhood years. Cool. Yeah, I think that's kind of why I like the Pac-Man one a lot, because it was throwback to me being in a Nickelodeon in the middle of, the mall or something playing video games. Did not get the Alpine Lodge. Did not get the learn about Chinese culture. The Majestic Horse, I thought that was, yeah, it is. It's an April Fool's Day. It says right here. I'm like, that's not right. Didn't get a lot of friends. Didn't get a lot of superhero stuff. No Daily Bugle or whatever. No Disney. I got some creative sets. Those boxes that are just creative bricks. For some reason, they love laying them out in crescent shape. Didn't get that creative, fun thing. Don't think I got any of these poly bags. Did not get the Himeji Castle. I know that was kind of a big thing for the Architect fans, but I did not get it. I had some Architect sets, but I ended up selling them all because they were not mine. And that kind of paid for something else last year that was kind of important. So that's how that worked out. Which is what I'm going to try to do with the cars. Sell all those cars and buy a Venator or a Vacation. One of the two. Ooh, here's an interesting thing. Stickers inside these panels. Not really happy about that, but we'll give it a go. These are very, very thin stickers, too. Have you ever seen stickers in panels like this before? It's a new one for me. That very, very thin sticker. Reminder, we were talking about this at the top of the hour or the top of the stream. Go see Poor Thing with Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo and Willem Dafoe. It's real good. I can't speak highly enough of it. So it's an interesting little bit. I mean, it's very Star Wars control in there, the buttons and everything. Oh, this is gonna slide out. I feel somewhere. It's a 2. It's an orange. It's a 3. Favorite category was architecture. Like really good in the end, but quite a lot of the steps were just building the base, and it was boring. Yeah, or least favorite was category was architecture. Yeah, I only got a few architecture sets specifically on my own, but in taking about 20 or 30 apart, they are like the 100. They're 60% base, and it is not super fun to put together. I get that. just one side. Okay. Just one side. So how does that work? Let's see. I didn't get any Minecraft. I did not get the A-frame cabin, although I would have liked to have built the porch under the stonework under the porch made out of Thor's hammer. That would have been kind of fun to build. It looked like a fun technique. Everybody said it was a good technique. I did not get the BTS Dynamite. We had a debate on this on our Discord channel, how popular the BTS Dynamite set was, due to the fact that one of the idea sets that was approved was the Edward Cullen's house from Twilight. And everybody, I won't say everybody, a lot of people that I talked to were like, what? The what? And then there's other people who are like, hey, man, think outside your box a little. Don't always be, it has to be space or it has to be this. Or it's like, okay, fair enough. But Twilight hasn't been relevant for like 15 years. Like, why now? And then I tried to make the argument that the BTS set wasn't that popular, but also like the tall neck wasn't probably, that was pretty niche, the Queer Eye set wasn't super popular. The Icons of Play soccer set wasn't popular. And I said, honestly, it's because those were probably, I say probably a lot, poorly designed sets. Probably doesn't have a whole lot to do with the fact that the fan base isn't there and would buy the set, but more that the designs of the set themselves weren't spectacular. So maybe because it's an idea set, maybe it'll be a little better. But at the same time, I'm like, the Cullen house? Meanwhile, the Iron Giant is like the Susan Lucci of Lego ideas. They're just always going to be there, and we're never going to get one. So, what's up, Maria? How's it going? Maria is a newish member to our lug. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you stopping by. We were working on the ghost. We got one bag left after this. So showed up just the right time. I obviously need more booze in my coffee because this is just a travesty of how this is going. So yeah, I got Tales of the Space Age right there. It was a lot of fun to build. It's pretty simple. It's like a postcard set, so not bad. It goes well with space figures. My Christmas was joyful and laid back, and could not complain really. Got my wife a card detailing. That's what she wanted. She got me a handful of things to use around the house. Some rugs and like some cookware, some beard oil, Star Wars book. So we had a good time. Saw the kids for a little bit and their moms before they went to El Paso. Went and saw a couple movies yesterday. Went to a Brazilian steakhouse in Cedar Park called Batello's. Very excellent. Like, the service was phenomenal. This is one of the cooler uses of a lightsaber that I've seen to make a yoke for the turret. So it's this it's that double lights or that spinny lightsaber that the Inquisitors use, and on like a bar and clip thing with the yeah, that just looks really great. That's a really good use of parts there. How was your Christmas, by the way? A lot of the new idea sets lately are part, I don't know what that's, part outsets. Nothing of late has been making me say I want that. Yeah. Insect collection was good. I had fun building that. I didn't get the Viking Village yet. I still kind of want to get that. I think that would go good with the medieval set, despite them being different timelines and whatnot. I did not get the Orient Express. I have no desire to. Um, Beth asked me the other day. She's like, she was looking through something, like an article about Lego or something, and the Natural History Museum came up, and she goes, "Is that one you want?" I'm like, "Well, now you ask me. It's like you've already got me stuff." It's like, yeah, I would get it, but I'm not a modular person because I'm afraid modulars would lead to more modulars. Okay, this has got to be put together specifically. So hang on a second. Oops, careful. Oh, that does need to kind of fall down in there. Okay, good. Let's see. This is supposed to go in here somehow, and I'm just not seeing where this goes yet. So give me a second. Have you built the Thanos hand because it looks like a really badass and I want to buy it? If you have built it, would you recommend? I haven't. I haven't got any of the hands. I didn't get the. I think there've been 2 Thanos hands, maybe just one, and then the Iron Gauntlet. I haven't got that either. Yeah, and I agree with you, Marie. I'm such a completionist that if I got the one modular set, I'd be like, ugh, now I want to get more, and then I want to clear space somewhere that I don't have to put up a line of, put up shelving somewhere. Look at all my modulars. I said, also, like, it's fun to get a $30, $40, $50 Star Wars set. Modulars are always like minimum $150, $200. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, so I don't understand why. Oh, just put this straight in. Okay, that's easy enough, right? I have a feeling it's not gonna be. Okay. Okay, that works like that. That's why they say line it up in there. So, all right, so that's done. Completionist struggle is real. Yeah, for real. What am I currently doing? I think it was the creator expert cars that were my completionist one until we hit the Corvette, and then I was like, no, don't think I want that. Thus endeth the completionist line for that. I don't think I have one currently. Microfighters, but those are like $12 each. It's hard not to be like, yeah, I'll complete those. That'll be easy to do. Oh, that's not on there right. That's not on there right. Oh, that was probably the best sticker placement I've ever done. Also, what is that don't touch sign on there? So this is a little, I don't like this much because you can kind of see, let's see if this focuses, the bubbles underneath. It turns the white, come on, focus. It turns the white of the label into like a bubbly, there we go, into a bubbly mess. Like, I don't know how to make that look better. Because everything else is transparent. I don't know. So, yeah. Oh, we have all these extra arms. I feel like I missed something. An extra... Yeah, what did I... Why did I get all these extra arms? Something's not right. Maybe one makes sense, but why did I get a ton of them? Real quick, I'm going to go through this. But let's see. Let's scroll through a bit more. Not a lot of friends, dots, stunts, city. Did not get the panda. Vintage car. Didn't get that. The whale. Almost no Ninjago or Marvel. I did get the white rabbit, and I turned it into the cockatiel to kind of go along with the other birds. I got the exotic parrot, and I got the blue and yellow one. I want the pink one next. I did not get the adorable dogs. Let's see. This was bag 12. Let's just see if I missed a spot where there's all these robot arms, because I don't remember seeing all that many. Two. There's two there. That's it. There's none there. None there. None there. Wow. Okay. So did we just get a ton of these? That seems weird. Yeah, I went through the whole bag. Yeah, and I'm just looking up at these little call out boxes where the parts are. Because it's one thing to see like a handful of like dots and one extra little sausage. That makes sense, but there's 5 of these. Oh, there they are. Okay. So yeah, on either side, like that. And then one on the lower side here. Somehow skipped that. It's all good. And there we go. One left is fine. Cool, cool, cool. That makes sense. Sorry, Hera. All right, last bag. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you visiting and subscribing and all that self-promoting nonsense. Bag 13. So you can kind of see how big it is now. Like, this is how big the set is compared to your minifigs down here. It's sizable. I wouldn't say it's pretty swooshable, but I feel like there's areas that you shouldn't grab because they're angled plates. And so it feels like if you grabbed it wrong, it would kind of twist off or something. So we'll see once we get it all done. And again, probably for the next little bit, if you're coming in and watching the stream, the next, couple months maybe, it may be a lot of design stream stuff. I may throw in hey, we got all our parts in to build these Horizon Zero Dawn machines or something, but gotta run. Sister's in town. We're gonna get lunch and go shopping. That sounds great. Have fun. And I'll see you in the new year. Hopefully come to the next meeting. Yeah, so Merry Christmas, Happy Boxing Day, Happy New Year. But yeah, going forward, it's going to be a lot more design streams. So if there's something you want to see built, and I may have already, I'll try to get it, and we can do a design stream, or a build stream, but we'll have to see. I think some collaborative streams with Johnny and Vab. I think Johnny will be building a lot more. I just know that the design streams generally aren't, I don't know, they might be more interesting to y'all. It really depends on your level of interest in Lego. It interests the bejesus out of me. Let's see. Keep going through the list here. The adorable dogs I still want to get. It's hanging around at my grocery store, and I'll probably end up grabbing it. But it says it's $30 here, but it's $35 at my grocery store, and I'm kind of like, So I may wait to see if that goes on sale. It's a 3-in-1, I think. So I'm wondering if you can do what other dogs you can do, or what else they planned for it. Excuse me. Camper van I didn't get. Cozy house I didn't get. Magical unicorn I got. Main Street, I didn't get. Space Roller Coaster, I want to get. Birdhouse, I didn't get, but I kind of want to. If I find it somewhere, I may get that. This will be the perfect time to now go through 2023's list and say, all right, what didn't I get? What do I need to create a list for? So that when it goes on sale for 50% off or whatever, clearance, I can scoop it up. Birdhouse, like I said, didn't get that. I'm kind of on a bird kick for the animals, so that'd be kind of fun to get that. Pink exotic bird, didn't get that yet. The Hakusai, the Great Wave, I did not get that. I'm not against it. I have Starry Night, and I think this would be a great thing to hang up somewhere. I don't know why I didn't get it. I don't know that it's something I would spend $100 on for myself. If it were on sale, I might get it. Spider-Man art, I didn't get. Modern art, I didn't get. I didn't get any of the buildable figures like the pirate one. I didn't get the Bionicle promotional thing. House of the World didn't get. World Wonders, I didn't get. I got the Pirate Ship Playground. That was a gift with purchase. The gift with purchases were weird because I wasn't aiming for them really. But I ended up getting a couple. And it was one of those where I kind of forgot that they were doing it and they just put something in your bag. Like, oh, okay, cool. I realized that is a thing. So, thank you. I'm out of coffee, which is good because my voice is about to give out. I need to just hydrate for the rest of the thing. How do I feel about paper bags? And you make a very good point about them parts getting stuck. The problem with that is parts generally don't get stuck in plastic any more than they would paper, but you won't be able to see them. So you really have to like empty the bag and then go through it and flatten it out. Make sure there's nothing else in there before you throw it back in the box or throw it away. So yeah, I am 100% in favor of them switching to paper bags. I'm surprised they haven't already. Like every once in a while I get a set that says, here's a sample, and it's usually like a canopy piece or a kind of a rare head piece for a figure that says, this is, we're going to be doing these soon. I'm like, okay, then do it because you haven't been. So I'd be interested to know when they actually plan to start doing that. I'm a fan of the boxes instead of the plastic cups at the Lego stores. So I'm hoping that gets done soon. I think our Lego store has said that the plastic containers they have now, that's it. And then they start using the boxes. So yeah. Didn't get the promotional Death Star. We already talked about this. Galileo didn't get those, didn't get that. There's a lot of promotional stuff I didn't get throughout the year. Market Stall, Winter Carriage. You get these VIP packs. I don't keep track of those. They usually go in I have a drawer. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I have a drawer with like poly bags in it that I just put stuff in that I hardly ever open, so I don't know what goes in there. Sometimes those VIP bags of parts go in there, and I just kind of forget about them. Should go through them and see if there's anything interesting. Didn't get the Mini Palace. I got the Tusken Raider. Did not get those Harry Potter ones. Didn't get the Eve and Wall-E ones. Didn't get the Disney ones. I did not get the Battle of Endor Heroes, which seems like something I probably could have done. But not a huge Brickheads fan. I got some Brickheads, but not a ton. And I think the ones I got were either I needed to fill out a cart up to a certain level, or somebody got them for me as a gift, or I got it at a White Elephant or something. I'm not opposed to Brickheads, just when you have to limit your purchasing to, you know, certain things, you can't get everything. Let's see. Yeah, so I didn't get any video game ones. I got almost all the Lord of the Rings ones. So I got Frodo and Gollum, Gandalf and Balrog, Aragorn and Arwen. I got the Icons of Play, mostly for the Megan Rapinoe figure, which is $100 to get the Megan Rapinoe figure. The rest of that set was not great. Like, whatever your beliefs are with women's sports and representation and wokeness, whatever, to get a certain figure into the public eye, and if you feel like that's agenda pushing, whatever, I can't change your mind on that at all. I just think the set was not designed well. It was one of those where instead of like an actual stadium, they had like parts of a stadium, and they had like a little plate that had like a camera crew, and a little plate that maybe was like a award ceremony thing, and it was half a field. It just, when you're trying to promote things to make it look good for everybody involved, and then you make it feel like it's half of a thing, people are going to see it as half of a thing. They're going to be like, this, it's obviously not meant to be professional because look, you know. So it's kind of like, meanwhile, we've got 3 or 4 full-on European League stadiums that I don't think anybody really knew existed. I think people knew that like Old Trafford existed, but after that, you know, I think they could have handled it better. But again, I'm also a huge supporter and fan of women's soccer and women's hockey, and I don't know, it's just a bad design of a set, which didn't help anybody's cause at all. So moving on from that, didn't get the heart ornament, didn't get the bird's nest, didn't get this year's nutcracker or birthday cake. These are all like seasonal ones. Pinata. I got the daffodils. I got the lotus flowers. Did not get the monkey tree. Land Rover Classic. Didn't get that. Didn't get a postcard. Didn't get the Braille sets. Millennium Falcon holiday thing. Steamboat Willie. None of the Friends stuff. Heart Lake City. Stalling a little bit just because I'm killing time. It's already 15 minutes past when I'd usually be done streaming, but we've only got one bag left. Again, like I said, nothing else to do today. Nothing else planned. I've got a lot of things I could be doing. Sorting Lego, building Horizon stuff, that kind of thing. So try not to put everything off, but I also feel like I may want to go take a nap later. Oh, wrong way. There's another turret. And that goes over that. Kind of nice, a little bubble in the top there. All right, set that aside for the time being. Yeah, no friend stuff. I did not get, although the downtown flower and design store looks really neat. But yeah, I don't think I got anything. I didn't even get the botanical thing, and that was the thing to get, was the botanical thing. Because it had the nice domes on it. Community center was good. It was like a tower thing. Friends really killed it this year, and I think next year they're going to do equally as good. Yeah, the botanical garden looked amazing. A lot of Friends. Dots, didn't get any dots. I could almost skip all these. I didn't get any Technic. I did get Technic. I got that guy. That guy. Oh, and I found my sig fig. I forgot where and then I instantly lose him. So this is my sig fig. The hair is not quite right because I keep getting it cut, but it's the only one that has like that little beard and then some glasses. And then the video game shirt I just liked. It's kind of a random pick, and then those jeans are pretty cool. So I want to try to get more of these. If anybody has a sig fig and they want to trade, I have Missy from our lug and Michaela from our lug. Both had a sig fig, and then I've got kind of a Beth fig up there too. So if you have a sig fig, you want to do a swap, let me know. I did get the Mars rover, but I didn't get any other Technic sets. I didn't get any Disney sets either. Didn't get Moana, didn't get Celebration, Mermaid, Little Mermaid, any of that. Again, nothing wrong with them per se. Just not the thing I want to be building, although I have a feeling they had some really good figures in them if you were into those kinds of things. So I can kind of skip all this. Yeah, I didn't get any of the castles, didn't get the big shell, didn't get the villain icons. Did not get the tribute camera either. All right, didn't get any stunts things. Barely got any city things either. I think I ended up from the lug getting like a police station chase. I think there was the Robert Escobar show. Hit the like button. Thank you, Robert Escobar. Thanks for joining us. We're nearly done with this. I think, yeah, this is it. So as soon as this is done, the ghost will be done. We'll get this all added on here quickly. We're just going through 2023 sets as well. Trying to figure out, yay, this piece in red. Hooray. I've seen these in gray, black, white, and nougat. To see them in sort of a more primary color is kind of cool. Yeah, not a lot of city sets. These Arctic Explorer sets, the exploring kind of sets with the orange stuff on them, really neat. But I didn't get a lot of these. I didn't get the off-roader. We got a box, so the lug got a box full of the gaming tournament trucks. We got like 12 of them. And when we give those away to people who build models for the lug, I bring it because it's a big set, it goes. But then when I asked everybody at the end of the year to pick something, nobody picked it. So it's kind of funny. So I've got extra, and I'm going to be giving them away to the group. But I think people are kind of like, oh, how many of these did you have? And I have to say, I had 12. I had a lot. Nope, that was right. And it seemed like a good set. It's got a handful of figures, you know. I didn't get the custom car garage. Ooh, voice is really going to have to go be quiet for a couple hours. Haven't really got to the sets that I've got. There's some minifigs, some bundles that you can get at like Walmart and stuff. Johnny gave away one of those, the 2-for-1 Hoth combo pack on our last stream for Christmas. I did get the football referee. These are the CMFs. I did get the brown space fig with the baby fig. And I think that was it. I think I got the Newspaper Kid, but I can't remember. I didn't get any CMFs for Disney. Skip all this. Didn't get any Marvel CMFs. Didn't get any Nintendo play kits, Mario stuff, Sonic stuff. Creative Toolbox, didn't get any of that. These are all still Mario. I wanted to get the Piranha Plant. You still can. It's $60. I don't know how many pieces. It's 11 cents price per part. I like that brick set does that. So it's a little overpriced, but got a handful of Dream sets. I wouldn't say they're my favorites, but they were very cool. There's still a couple I might want to get. Like the Nightmare Shark ship looks really cool. Didn't get any Ninjago, except the Boulder Blaster, which was kind of an accident because we got that as part of a bulk thing at the beginning of the year. And I still have a stack of them. Don't necessarily want them. I just haven't had a second to open them all up and take them all apart and part them out. Ooh, these are nice. These are really nice slopes. These are 1x6, like 18-degree slopes, 12-degree slopes. Those are cool. Oh, and that fits really well right there. Let's see. The one Monkey Kid set I got, because it's not Ninjago. I didn't get any Ninjago. Microfighters. I got the Microfighter. I got Boba Fett's Starship. I got the Slave One. I don't think I got that Clone Trooper Battle Pack. I got almost everything Star Wars. TIE Bomber, Mandalorian Fang Fighter, and the Interceptor. Did not get the helmets, the clone helmets, but I got Boosh helmet. I'll have to say the Boosh helmet was probably one of my favorites. I'm not a huge helmet person, but this one was really cool. I had a really good time building that. Yeah, I feel bad because I'm not even through the list. I didn't get any of the dioramas, any of the it's this year anniversary dioramas, just because they were kind of overpriced. Didn't get the gunship. Didn't get the new UCS Starfighter X-Wing. I did get the Executor. I'm working on the Ghost right now. That battle pack. Didn't get Yoda Starfighter. The Spider Tank was kind of a letdown. The T6 was fine. The underside of the wing was a bit of a letdown. The New Republic E-Wing and Shin Hati Starfighter was pretty good. Venator I want to get. I did not get any buildable figures or Chewie. Okay, now we're into Avatar. I didn't get any Avatar stuff. No Batman stuff. No Marvel stuff. There's Adamantium Wolverine's Claws. So now you have you've got the Thanos glove, the Iron Gauntlet, and now you've got Wolverine's hand. With the Adamantium. Star-Lord helmet, didn't get that. Batcave box, didn't get that. The new Guardians stuff, didn't get that. Shield, didn't get any of that. Tower, didn't get that. Harry Potter stuff, didn't get any Harry Potter stuff. Didn't get any Speed Champions. Didn't get any Jurassic Park. Didn't get any Sonic. Didn't get any Indiana Jones. Let's put this last piece on here. And this goes with this. Snaps on there. We've got a whole top section. Oh, see? Something already came off. All right, how does this go? It looks like it just kind of sits in there. And it says push down here. That absolutely sits on nothing. Oh, wait, no. Okay, right Okay, well, and you only get 3 of these, and they go into the laser things underneath. And then the I think that was supposed to be. Oh, okay, that does. So interesting. The way this is set up in here. So this is what it sets into. There's like an axle and a a single stud, and you're just hooking into these. But it does hold it pretty well if you get it in there. So it does stay pretty well. So that's not going to go anywhere. And then these guys shoot from underneath. There's nothing that moves this turret. Okay, let's take a look at this because it's done. There's nothing moving this turret. This turret just goes up and down. Okay. This turret down on the bottom here only moves if you slide this thing back and forth. So if you're flying around, you can move that. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay. The ghost comes off pretty easily. It's just held on by one stud. And apologize for my voice giving out. The cockpit's open, which I like. They aren't take the whole canopy off to make it work kind of thing. That actually opens up, so that's cool. This canopy opens too, and you can put in Hera in there with the big yoke to fly the ship. I think you can put a person in here too. I'm not sure how to get that person in there though. Let's look at this real quick. Because it doesn't look like... I thought maybe you could slide this out. But there's... Yeah, I don't know how to get a person in there. Oh yeah, it says you can take this whole thing out. So that just is held in with these clips. And there's other clips in here. There's the ratchet plates, the click hinge plates. So they're not really tight in there. It's like taking your hands and doing this. So in order to get a person to sit in there, right, you take the whole thing out. And then you slide the whole thing back on. That works pretty well. You just have to make sure that when you do it, the this thing's lined up. This thing's lined up with the little things in there, so it slides back and forth. So that's a little weird, but I think it works pretty well. Let's see, do these panels, so this comes off too. These guys come off, so you can kind of, this is only attached back here, so you can kind of see inside and put people in there. And it's got some play features like some containers and stuff. The side panels I don't think really come off to reveal anything, or they're not supposed to. Like they come off pretty easily, I think. Yeah, they're not really supposed to. Those are pretty hollow, and there's no like panels or in there or anything to look at. So also make sure that your panels line up here. They drop down, and if these aren't on right, they'll kind of stop. So make sure those have enough room to kind of fall into place. It's a very good shape. It's a very hefty ship. I think it's $120. So here's let's look at the underside again. Oh God. So there's absolutely nothing going on under here. You've got these here to act as your landing things to hold it in place. This is all very colorful, and you flip it over and it looks like they've stripped it for parts. There's your mechanics for the laser turret. They're not even trying to hide it. It's not like they put something up here where you can turn this and the turret moves. they went as far as making this available so you can open it up to do nothing. It's barely a ramp. If I remember the Ghost, I thought the Ghost opened up down here, underneath here, but maybe it opens up on the side. But there's nothing in here. It looks kind of like a door that goes in there, but that may just be a structural thing. But there's no grill plates, there's no tiles, there's no greebling. It's not the worst I've seen. The worst I've seen is the Justifier wasn't great, but there's another one that was just I think it was the the Night Buzzard, the Knights of Ren ship. It was very cool on top, but it was all black and it looked like just a big wedge of a ship. And then you flip it over and there's absolutely nothing going on under there. It's all Technic beams. And so this is what Lego wants us to do with the bottoms of ships. Is not look at them. So this is an interesting bit where I don't want to shoot this at, but if you move the turret, it should release the things that you shoot. So that's kind of cool. It's a cool idea. It's a cool mechanic, but just why? I don't know. Anyway, so there's your ship. It's pretty cool looking. I'm going to keep it out for a little while. It's very recognizable. I have stickers here that I did not put on. I'm going to have to go back through and figure out where I did not put these on. And in the meantime, that's it for this stream. And maybe this year? I don't remember. No, I got something going on Thursday. I'll be back on Thursday. And I don't know what I'll be doing yet. Thursday night we'll do either rock breaker designing or I think I lost the chat on screen. Oh no, there it is. Okay. For some reason it wasn't updating. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go take a break and get some lunch and hang out with my dogs a little bit. But you guys have a wonderful week. Happy day after Christmas. Happy Boxing Day. If you have any questions about this set or anything I do in the channel, just find me on Instagram. Hopefully we'll get more stuff posted on Instagram in 2024. We'll be building a little more. So yeah, thanks again for visiting. Happy holidays, and we'll talk to you in a few days.